Hi, my name is Edwin.
What is up, y'all? This is Jeff.
And this is Frantic, and welcome everyone to Tilted.
Not
Stirred. Sorry.
It is, what is today's date? August 8th. 8/8/2022. Episode 68. It's a lot
This
of
year's
eights.
flying us by, dude. Holy shit.
Dude, I just, so, well, how many weeks are in a year?
52 point something.
We didn't even do anything for our 52nd episode, I'm pretty sure.
Were we supposed to?
I feel like there's milestones, you know, like the next episode is gonna be a very important episode, and I feel like, you know, it should be at least mentioned.
Oh, you're
Well,
saying you...
we
oh,
do the
like-
generic ones, man. We do 50, 100, 250, 420, and then 500.
Oh, wait, our anniversary is what you're referring to.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Shit, you're right. We didn't do a Tilted Nasser anniversary stream.
Yeah. We got and then the next one's obviously like, you know, one of the most important episodes. So
Number 69. Yeah, no.
next week. If you guys have anything you guys want us to talk about specifically for the next episode, we'll definitely consider it.
I will be scouring our social medias, our YouTubes, for suggestions on what 69 could be.
What does 69 mean to you? How do you... No, just kidding. But anyways, what are we talking about today? Today we're going to be talking about boundaries. We're going to sprinkle in a little bit of news and all that good stuff. So,
Roll the intro.
buckle up.
Speaking of boundaries, Frantic, catch you with your pants down. I just introduced...
I'm not wearing any pants.
just introduced Denise to the turquoise Jeep family.
Oh boy.
Now, I beg the question: have you introduced your lady to the turquoise Jeep family?
No, I have not. No,
That
that's
was-
not
why
even
say-
boundaries. That's like breaking barriers.
Why are you
Like-
denying her this?
Nah, man. When you showed me and Gabriel that, I thought that was... I didn't know if I was cringed out of my mind or... I didn't know what I was watching, dude. Are
For
these guys
those
a
who-
joke? Are they serious?
For those who don't know, I don't even remember what year this was. It was a long time ago.
It was
maybe like
11
10
years ago.
Yeah, so 11 years ago, these group of guys that basically they all had their own, like, I guess artist name, but together they were kind of like known as Turquoise Jeep. And they were serious about making it in the music industry, but all the videos and the songs came off as like just jokes. So when Edwin and I first listened to it and watched the videos, we had no idea like if this was serious or not. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. I was just, what the heck was I doing? So we were at work, right? We had just clocked out. Everything was ready to go. We're just about to leave. And somebody played What in the Butt in their phone or something. It just
Classic.
came on. Right? And I was just like, dude, I'm gonna play Schmang It for these people right now. Right? And everybody was just like, what the hell? This is incredible. It's just a joke. That's a question I got a lot. Is this supposed to be legit? You know, but young Humma, you know, with his voice just captivated.
I feel like this is good for episode 69. We can teach people how to smang it.
Yeah, man. I was tiptoeing around the name, but yeah, let me schmang it. You know, it's a classic, and that's why I was wondering if, you know, Denise was delighted to see something that brought me so much joy. Apparently, Flint Flossie's still making content. He has a podcast out there. It's pretty great.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. But no, I have not. I have not introduced. We do not ride the turquoise Jeep,
Baby.
So, what you guys do this week? Anything interesting? Anything cool?
Just big chilling on this end. Watch
Edwin.
the Dodgers sweep the Padres. Let's go.
Light work.
Easy.
I hung out with people I wouldn't normally hang out with, and they were like work associates or people I met through work, and we went to like Dave and Buster's, and
Oh, outside of work.
yeah, it was fraternizing outside of work, you know.
Very cool.
It was pretty fun, enjoyable. I enjoyed the time, and yeah, it was a good time.
Very cool. It was my mom's birthday this past weekend.
Happy birthday!
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
happy birthday.
And it amazes me. I truly wish that I can look as young as her when I'm her age. Like, she's still below 60, so she's not like, she's not like a grandma or anything yet. But she definitely could be. She's at that age now, and she's always asking like, "Oh, when's the kids coming?" And like all my brothers are just like, "We'll see." But yeah, she's living her best life still. She looks fairly young, at least. She's healthy, she's active, and it's amazing, man. It's amazing. So it was her birthday, and we just did a little thing at home. Other than that, I finally ordered a full rack of ribs. I went to Lucille's yesterday and ordered a full rack of ribs for the first time, and wow, it was a lot. So
You're telling me every time you go, you order the half a rack?
I just never ordered like just ribs. Like whenever I go to Lucille's, I'll do like a 2 meat or a 3 meat plate where you pick different stuff, and then they'll give you your sides, and bada bing, bada boom. But I've never gone to a place and just been like, I just want the full rack. Just give me the full rack, and that's it.
It's a great experience, dude. You have dinner then, and you have breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
is that because of your commitment issues on daddy problems?
No, I just how does
Just can't
this
commit to
connect?
that whole rack.
He can't commit to a whole rack.
It's not that I can't commit to the rack, man. It is how would I put it? Maybe it's like poor people mentality, but like thinking about like spending that much on a single on a single item that's just the one item. How can I put like I don't know if I'm explaining
just
it correctly.
get more bang
Like,
for your buck. Yeah, I get it.
it's kind of like when you order a plate of food and it has several things, so you feel like, oh, my money was spent on having like all these different. I'm enjoying all these different parts of my meal, whereas a rib is just like it's just the ribs.
Yeah, I totally.
You're getting one
understand
singular experience.
I'm the same way, so I totally get it, dude.
Yeah,
I
but,
think it might be due to our daddy issues, by the way.
maybe.
Yeah, I just get the ribs, dude.
I know I can't commit to just one. I have to definitely have multiple.
Yep. And,
Alrighty.
let's get to the news. So I promise I'm gonna stop talking about people passing away, but unfortunately, again for the news this week, another tragic death in the sports world. This one hits a lot closer to home. And if you guys remember last week, it was Bill Russell, NBA legend. This time is a Major League Baseball legend. But he didn't really do it on the field. The man, the myth, the legend, Vin Scully did in fact pass away on the day after we recorded. So it was just like, holy fuck. It's two legends, right, in their respective sports. But Vin Scully hits a lot closer to home because he was the announcer for the Dodgers for 67 seasons. So to a lot of people, Vin Scully was the man. His voice was LA, was baseball, was everything. And I'm sure Jeff could attest to just how significant Vin Scully was to the game. And he did it all from the broadcasting desk. Would you like to share anything, Jeff? Any stories about Vince Scully?
I mean, sure. What can you say that hasn't been said about him, you know? 67 years he did this job, and he was the best to ever do it from start to finish. Just imagine that. A 67-year-long career, and you're the best throughout. That is just unheard of, dude.
Yeah, he started at 22 years old, man. He was younger than us.
But like on a personal level, from the moment I started watching baseball to the moment he retired, I heard his voice every day for like, I think it was 16 years. I did the math, right? I don't know. It was surreal. They literally broke the news during the game. And I don't know. I was in shock. It's just, yeah.
I mean,
Your
he lived
voice
a full.
I've ever heard, yeah.
He lived a full life, at least. You know, like.
Yeah, 94 years old.
It's, you know, it is what it is.
He lived a hell of a life too, dude. I mean, came from Brooklyn to LA. He met Jackie Robinson, Sandy Koufax, all the Dodger greats he's associated with, and perhaps the most iconic Dodger personnel, period. And he never wore the uniform.
Yeah, he never actually played. He's just
yeah.
But well, yeah. I watched like videos of people, you know, doing their tributes to Vince Scully and everything, and interviews, and one of the interviews that stuck out to me the most was this lady who said that Vince Scully was the soundtrack of her whole life. And yeah, I mean, being the Dodgers announcer for 67 years, like I mean, that's a lifetime for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's an entire lifetime already in itself. So, yeah, I mean,
the first game that Vince Scully announced, right?
Mm-hmm.
The manager on the other team was born in 1895. And
shit.
In the last season Vince Scully was calling games, the youngest player was born in 1996.
That's
yeah.
That's something, man. That's something.
101 years of that's like 4 generations right there, dude.
Mm-hmm. So rest in peace, Vince Scully, and yeah, I don't necessarily like talking about death so much in the news, even though it seems like that's all I talk about. But sometimes like some of these are, you know, they really hit home, man. Yeah, and as we get older, it's only gonna be more iconic figures.
I will say, I took down my Vince Scully bobblehead, and he is now with me at my desk.
Very nice.
Yeah, I had him up there with the rest of them, but now he can chill with me.
All right. Kind of choked up a little bit, but let's go to the next one, I guess.
May he rest in peace.
This one, I mean, how do you follow up? But so this piece of news, you guys made me aware of this, so I did a little bit of searching, and it looks like Amazon is yet again up to its shenanigans, and they are purchasing a company by the name of iRobot Corp for $1.7 billion, which, I mean, billion is a ridiculous number, but to Mr. Bezos, well, that's pocket change. And for those who don't know, iRobot Corp is a maker of the robot vacuum. So if you guys have seen those little circular devices that kind of just, I mean,
not just any robot vacuum, the one synonymous with the name Roomba.
Yeah. So basically like those little vacuums that just go around your house, and I mean, if you're like well off and you have one of those, then you know you might have one. So it like vacuums and cleans the floor, you know, like a little robot.
Yeah, but the
implications
when you are in the business of selling people's information, like a lot of corporations have now recently transitioned to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having a robot that works, its entire main like frame is based on creating a layout of your entire home so that it can do its rounds, schedule its rounds the way you want them to do them. You know, you have to put input based on like whether you're gonna be in the house or something like that. And this robot is just goes through and kind of just vacuums your house. But to do that, it needed a lot of permissions. It's one of those things that people give away a lot of their personal freedoms for a little convenience, and now we've just given that to there was that whole debacle of Ring, who Amazon also owns, that they're able to give all that data, all that information that they have acquired from your doorbell to the police, and they've been doing that for a while now. So now you have a robot that literally gives them your entire floor plan. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean that's like the cynical point of view of it. The other is like, oh, you might just get a nice little deal on a little robot vacuum on the next Amazon Prime Day or something.
With ads for end tables or rugs for your empty house.
This bitch is gonna go through your house and be like, hey, I noticed your table's falling apart. You might need a new one. I'm gonna tell Alexa, the homie that's also here in this house, that you might need one.
That's one of the things about having a quote unquote smart home is that I mean, in order for them to be smart, they gotta know who you are. So
fucking singularity theory, man. That shit is scary.
Yeah. Well, these Roomba vacuums can cost as much as $1,000. So yeah, if you want your Alexa to basically have another function in your home, and you can tell Alexa to start your Roomba, and then there it is.
People should definitely be more worried about this than they are.
I mean, I really don't care at this point. Like, we all have smartphones in the palm of our hands. They already know us. So if they know the floor plans to the house, fuck it, whatever.
I don't plan on owning a Roomba, so I don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't plan on
if
ever
the day that I'm well off, I will own one of the. I'll own two of them, and they'll both walk around. They'll be like partners or something. I don't know. But yeah. So Amazon buys yet another smart home device adjacent type of company, and there it is, controlling our lives in other ways. And that'll lead me to the topic of today's episode: boundaries. We discussed a little bit about how you're going to give up a little bit of your freedoms for some convenience. And today's episode is going to be all about boundaries and how you set them, and what are your boundaries, and what happens when people cross them, etc. So, boundaries. You guys said that you're not going to buy a Roomba. Is that because of the privacy concerns, or because you just don't really feel like it's something you need?
That one. I don't really care for a Roomba. Why would I want that?
So you'll vacuum your own floors?
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Edwin, was it for privacy or was it for...
not privacy.
It's unnecessary?
It's an unnecessary luxury. And on top of that, I mean, privacy has been an increasing topic of... like a topic in my mind that has been gained increasing importance.
Mm-hmm.
I deleted my Instagram app off my phone because I was getting absolutely annoyed and just disgusted at the fact that most of it was trying to sell me ads, and the other, like, I wasn't able to see what my friends are posting. What was keeping me on that platform? Nothing. It was just a bunch of fucking ads the entire fucking day. And it was things that were posted 3 to 4 days ago that were just ads. And I was just like, you know what? No. Like, I deleted it off my phone because it was a waste of time. But the time that I was spent doing that, it was very synonymous with like what TikTok is doing. And I
Right.
didn't download TikTok for that reason. So it's kind of like, fuck this. So I deleted the phone off my app. I still have it on my PC and I'll check on it just for messages because that's a primary way of which I message people here and there.
You gotta share
Um,
memes.
Yeah, but other than that, no. I just don't
Yeah,
feel.
those. You can finish what you were gonna
Go
say.
ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that those ads are very, very convincing, and not in a way where, oh, I'm gonna buy this thing. More of like you're just scrolling and you like stuff, and you don't even realize you liked an ad. And I remember the first time that I realized that, I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't someone I follow. I just liked an ad. Like, what the hell is this? I unliked it. I'm like, oh no, I don't want people thinking I'm liking ads, even though even though I work in advertising. Um, but yeah, those ads are very, very sneaky on Instagram. And ever since they integrated the whole shopping function into the app, is when it really became blurred between like what is content that you're following versus content that they're presenting to you, to just kind of reinforce like all the like your perceptions of brands or lifestyle choices, and kind of keep you on that level,
Yeah,
keep shopping at the top of your mind.
exactly. I was going to buy some Adidas shoes for like skateboarding. So I was just like, oh, I need some flat shoes, right? And I've always wanted the Adidas shoe, right? So I was very excited. And I went to the Adidas website and I looked them up and I was like, oh man, this is cool. They have nice colors, blah blah blah. I added one to my cart and kind of was like, I'll check other sites to see if it's cheaper, and I found them cheaper somewhere else. So I ultimately never bought the ones on my Amazon account, on the Adidas website. They were
Okay.
on the cart. I ended up, logging into Instagram a little later, and I got an ad for the shoe that I just looked at, and it said, "From Adidas, are you forgetting something?"
Oh no, they
I have
found you.
I have a screenshot, and I sent that to Denise, and I said, I fucking hate this. I really fucking hate this. Like, are you forgetting something? And it was the shoe in the same color that I had left, and it looked like an Instagram post. That shit pissed me off, and I was like, fuck all this, dude.
Yeah, so all of the things you're describing, there's very easy ways to mitigate this kind of thing. First of all, you need to turn off targeted advertising. Second of all, Edwin, you gotta delete your cookies, my guy.
Just delete cookies every fucking day.
Yeah, you're leaving a crumb trail, dude.
Yeah, delete your cookies or do private browsing. Either or it's just as fine.
Okay.
Very easy fixes. Even to all those at home, if you're tired of all these ads, if you do stop targeted advertising, it'll be much easier to distinguish what's an ad or not, because then you'll be able to realize, hey, what is this piece of crap? Move on.
Mhm.
And sites interact with each other with these cookies, so just clear your browsing data. Just do that frequently, because that also has your passwords, your login activity, and a bunch of other crap. So just make a habit of clearing that. Good cybersecurity practice.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff, for that.
Yeah, I'll get off of my my high horse now.
No, I appreciate that though. That's good.
So, what about your boundaries in your personal life? Because the app or social media, right? You can just you could turn it off your phone or close it, or close the window on your computer if you're on social media through your computer. You can kind of just exit out of those things. But what about your boundaries in real life? What are some of the things that you guys are not okay with?
So whenever I meet someone new, I do this thing where I introduce myself as Jeffrey. Right? That's the gauge I use.
So you
So-
give them your government name?
I give them my full legal name, yeah, and then I give them a note card with my social security number. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I introduce myself as Jeffrey, and then if I kind of gauge how comfortable they are with me based off of that, because down the road they'll eventually just start calling me Jeff, and that's when I know, oh, okay, we're homies now, you know. This guy's warmed up to me.
Oh, that's a cool little strategy there.
Yeah, but like if 3 months down the line they're still calling me Jeffrey, I'm like, all right, you know, this guy doesn't, you know, think much of me.
Yeah. Holy fuck, that's 200 IQ.
But
Mhm.
okay, so I just met somebody. Her name was Phaedra, right? And I was like, oh, that's a
Phaedra?
really fucking cool name, right? And I was like, do you go as Faye? And she said, fuck no. You call me as Phaedra, because once you start abbreviating my name, that's like less, like you respect me a little less. And I was like, okay.
Oh my
I jive
god.
with that.
Oh, brother, give me
Hey.
a break.
Hey, I was like, yo, you start taking tiny freedoms like that, you know, eventually, where do you stop? I was just like, okay, I respect that. So that's the opposite of what Jeff just said, and I respect that too, Jeff. It's cool.
Well, I don't know. I will say, if a family member starts calling me Jeff, I do get immediately weirded out. Because I'm just Jeffrey to them, you know?
I never
Nice.
accepted Ed. Ed is not a name I accept.
I don't think people call Edwins Eds, do they?
Yeah.
Very rarely, though. I mean, Edwin is what, 2 syllables?
Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Easy enough, yeah.
So is Edward.
Yeah, but we don't call our friend Edward Ed.
Yeah,
I
call
know,
him Edward.
but people call Edwins or Edwards Eds traditionally.
Oh, well, I don't know what parts
What-
of town you're frequent, but I never
But who
heard that
the
before.
fuck else are you gonna call Ed?
People
Well,
are
no
named
one.
Eddie.
I can
I
call
never
I can
accepted
call an
Eddie.
Eddie and Ed.
Yeah.
I could do that.
You guys are ridiculous. All right.
I don't know how I feel about this person thinking that if somebody shortens their name, they respect them less. It's so weird, such a weird concept. And me, like, my name is Frantic, and I've always had, like, I want to say half the conversations I have when people ask me for my name, and they want to change it to something else, and I tell them, oh, you can call me Frantic. That's what you can call me. And they'll be like, okay, gotcha. And then that'll be it. But I mean, there's still people to this day that still think my name is Frank. And I've never thought of that as like, oh, they just don't like me. They don't respect me. And maybe it doesn't have to get to that extent of, oh, if you call me Faye, you're disrespecting me. Maybe it's not to that extent. And I
But
can
it-
understand, like, okay, you feel a little too, you might feel comfortable enough to the point where you don't have like the utmost respect. You kind of see me now as like a friend. Like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't have that conversation, so I don't know the context behind it all. Maybe she just doesn't like people getting chummy with her.
Well, I mean, I do appreciate the sentiment that she had going on. It's clear cut. I mean, at the end of the day, it's whatever makes you comfortable, right? Whatever your
Right.
boundary is. And I've witnessed people call you Frank, and you're like, whatever, right? So it's kind of thing. But it's like, it's a good business practice, a good people practice to, as soon as you know them, ask them their name, and you meet them, you ask them their name, and then you remember that. People like to hear their name back, right? There's so many books on this. They're like, hey, call people by their name. It shows that you remember them. And it's like, it's one of those things that I've done when I work with crews now. I go over every day, good morning, this person, good morning, this other person, good morning, this other person. Traditionally, I've never been like that, where I try to remember people's names, but now I do. and it means a lot to people, you know, and it's even like in like sitcoms and stuff, right? Whenever someone doesn't respect somebody else, they'll call them by different names all the time. It's like, oh, I like in Scrubs, right? JD always was given a different name by one of the doctors because he didn't respect them. Then when he finally called him his name, he's just like, oh shit, okay, I've earned his respect.
I just realized that I do the opposite of what Jeff does, because Jeff's like, oh, once they give me an abbreviation, then you know, now I know we're cool. For me, I think it's I don't correct people who I don't care about. So if you guys ever hear anyone call me Frank, that means I don't care about this person enough to correct them, basically.
So I will say that the inverse for me is what triggers me. If I tell you my name is Jeff and you start calling me Jeffrey, I'm like, who the fuck are you? You know?
Yeah.
Why are you my name is Jeff to you now? Because that's what I fucking said. Don't go taking liberties and making it longer.
Feisty.
But if I tell you I'm Jeffrey and you decide to shorten it, that's fine. Very weird. Because I've never really tripped about my name. You can call me whatever the hell you want. Jeff, Jeffrey. You can call me by my last name. I don't care.
You
But
have
if
two first names.
Yeah, I have two first names. My last name, I'm not going to tell you. Stream people.
What do you mean? People... they can
I'm not
find. Oh, that's
I'm
true.
gonna
That's
dox
true. That's
myself.
True.
Oh, docs. Oh, no.
Yeah. Sure. All right. But
But yeah. Don't if I tell you my name is Jeff, don't call me Jeffrey. Because now you're just assuming that's my full name.
yeah, it could be Jefferson,
Exactly.
like the homie calls you.
And I don't care. I don't mind that name at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was
Also,
also
Don't
thinking
misspell
about
my name. Sorry,
how do
I
you
had to cut you
misspell
off there.
Jeff's? I
People
was
butcher the shit out of it.
like GEOF.
GEOFF. I've gotten GEOFRY.
Oh, yeah. Like Joffrey.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like George, but
They just
Jeffrey.
Butcher
Yeah.
the shit out of my name. That's what triggers me the most. But continue.
But like we have our friend Alejandro, right? Nobody calls him Alejandro. Everyone calls him Alex. It's one of those things that are synonymous, right? He doesn't take any slight on that. And I don't know, maybe in a professional sense, people don't call him Alex, or maybe they do. We should ask him.
Well, one of the reasons why boundaries came up as a topic for today is something weird happened over the weekend. This is gonna get a little like what's gossip? What is that called? Anyways, it's gossipy. Okay, so basically we all know who Bad Bunny is. And for those who don't know, he is an artist, and he produces. Well, he's a music artist, but he's dabbled in a lot of other stuff. Basically, megastar, makes music. Okay, so
I
Bad
know him as
Bunny.
the wrestler.
Yeah, and some people, and he's in what's that? The movie Bullet Train or something like that. I'm still gonna go. I gotta go watch that just to see. It seems kind of interesting. But anyways, so Bad Bunny over the weekend, he was at a club, and a video surfaced of him and a woman kissing, and the person that he was kissing is not the person that people think that he's in a relationship with. And so this obviously goes viral because anything Bad Bunny does goes viral. So the lady in question had a partner, quote unquote partner. I'll get more into that in a bit. But so she has a partner. He has a partner. It's on the internet all over the place now that they kissed at this club. And one video shows that it looks like she stole a kiss from him. Like they were gonna maybe he was gonna kiss her on the cheek or something. And she turns, they kiss, he kind of seems surprised and taken aback, and she kind of just playfully says sorry, whatever. That's the first video. And then the second video, now he's just like pulling her in and they're making out. The boyfriend obviously is not having it, and I guess I'll use boyfriend lightly here because after doing some digging, they weren't even a official thing because see, I'm telling you, this is like super gossipy. I feel like I'm telling you the
yeah,
chisme
dude.
right now.
Oh my god. Oh,
And so he said she's for the streets, right? And I was just like, word,
no
dude,
way.
like no way. Hey,
He said
send
that,
her ass
though?
back. He said that. So
Oh man.
so he admits in like a recorded phone call that they didn't even have a title, but he's like over here like, you're never gonna play a motherfucker like me and blah blah blah. So all of this to say, in terms of boundaries, right? Who is anyone right here? Is anyone okay here? Bad, like she's obviously seeing someone and he feels some type of way, but I guess in the end they didn't even have anything official. Bad Bunny's in a quote unquote relationship with someone else, and girls on the Twitters and on the social medias are like, oh, if even Bad Bunny's cheating, then we ain't got no hope out here, ladies. Like, man really ain't shit, and other people are defending him, and this thing is kind of wild. And during my mom's like birthday celebration, this was a topic that was brought up at the table. Like, do y'all think it's considered cheating? Because obviously cheating is a boundary that a lot of people set in relationships that you can't do. So was this cheating? And another question on top of that, obviously Bad Bunny is a mega star and she was, not a mega star. How would you feel if your partner kissed Bad Bunny, and is it cheating or not because, he's a mega star? We'll start with Edwin.
Shit, I guess I've always joked about it, right? If Denise met her celebrity crush or whatever, and
Yeah,
he
exactly.
wanted to kiss her, whatever, fuck it.
You would say fuck it?
That's always been a joke, right? Because it
Oh.
implies you're gonna meet your celebrity crush, right? Which is fucking crazy, first and foremost. That, it's cheating through and through.
Okay.
Right? It's cheating through and through, and it's one of those boundaries, right? Like,
Is this one of those things that could be forgiven? Because it's not like they slept together. It's a kiss. So I guess this is one of the cheatings that's like, I'll be upset, but we can move past this.
I think,
or is this like we're
think
done?
I think I definitely could move past it. I mean, if it's her celebrity crush, whatever, fuck it, dude. I can be okay with that. It's not the end of the world. I mean, they fuck. That's that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's one of those things that it's always been a joke, and to be truthful, like I like bachelorette parties and all that stuff, bachelor parties. I never understood why people would do them together until just recently. I kind of got clued in to what actually goes down in bachelor parties or bachelorette parties where they play games to make out with other people and shit. And that...
It's good old wholesome games, dude.
Yeah, that on its own is already crossing the fucking line. Like,
That is a little weird.
we ain't gonna get married with your ass having, like, one last night of being single and making out with whoever the fuck you want to make out
Like,
with.
nah, like it hasn't even been 24 hours and you're
Exactly.
fucking
We're not gonna
macking
make
on
the
someone
biggest
else.
commitment of our lives, and you start off that way.
That is kind of weird if you put it that way.
So if I have that through line when it comes to kissing people before getting married and shit, I guess I'm hypocritical by making it celebrities are okay.
But randos aren't.
Yeah.
Like a coworker is like, what the fuck? If you kiss a coworker, it's like, what the fuck is this? A celebrity
you've
crush, it's like, it seems like the probabilities of you even meeting them is like so obscure, so like not even in the realm of possibility that like why would I be upset over a hypothetical?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
But I mean, you know that what's that fucking Maroon song? No, it's not Maroon. It's Plain White Tees. Hey there, Delilah.
Uh-huh.
This dude actually met Delilah in the song's about a girl that he met at a concert, and they made out and stuff. And Mr. Boyfriend was not very pleased that his girlfriend had a song by Plain White Tees.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, they broke up. They ended up breaking up over that song and that whole event. So, I mean, the song's a banger, but you know what I mean?
Okay.
I think that takes it at a different level though. If your girlfriend makes out with their celebrity crush, and then they go out to make a song about her, I think that's when you're like, hold up, wait, what?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, huh? Bad Bunny should make a song about this girl.
Yeah, I mean, he makes a lot of music about just general promiscuity and not being faithful and not being able to like settle down. And one thing that I will say about the comments is that it's a little strange that so many people have like the surprise Pikachu face on when like all his music is basically him being like, I'm a free spirit, I do what I want.
Yeah, I mean, celebrities have different rules when it comes to relationships. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of athletes that have hall pass to fuck whoever they want.
I don't think that's what happens at all, man. Didn't you?
That's what happens in the background, dude.
I mean, Tiger Woods got chased around by a golf club, man.
Yeah, but it's kind of one of those things that aren't said, but some of them have like free reigns to fuck whoever they want.
Yeah, I mean, it's an open relationship. Some people can agree with it, and I mean, people with money or fame and power they have options aplenty. So you can imagine in those kind of relationships, it's like, oh well, there's a program here, and if you don't like it, well, good luck to you.
What was your conclusion on the Bad Bunny situation?
I mean, after finding out that she wasn't even official with the dude that was her quote unquote partner.
No, but in your situation, in your, let's say your hypothetical right now.
Oh, like if my lady kissed her celebrity crush?
Yeah.
Cause yeah, she started talking crazy about how like, oh, so like if I kiss Benito, it's like, okay, Benito's Bad Bunny. And I'm like, the fuck it is.
First name basis?
I know, it's fucking weird, dude. These chicks online are like, oh, Benito this, Benito that. It's like, it's the first, yeah, they're in a fucking parasocial relationship. But anyways, I jokingly said, so you're telling me that if I meet Shakira, I can just start making out with Shakira and everything's going to be fine because she's my celebrity crush or something. And
newly single.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I know it's all hypotheticals, but she is single, and she is a little down bad right now. She might be going to jail, but you know what? It's okay. We could go visit her. It'll be okay.
Establish yourself when you're in jail, dude. When she gets out, you win.
I was the only one who visited her every day.
Exactly.
You just gotta outlast the rest of the guys.
You know what? That's like, you gotta make an investment on that one. And
honestly, was she gonna be in Spain or something?
Yeah, you'd have to go to Spain, be there every day. You work for that one.
I mean, I can work from home, so why not take my home to Spain? She says she'd be okay with that, and I'm like, there is no shot that you would be okay with me kissing, like, another woman, let alone have it be Shakira, like this icon of, like a sex symbol, whatever you want to call Shakira. She is that person.
Well, I think it's just because it's so improbable that everybody's kind of okay with the idea when it's not
until it actually happens.
Like, what if
When
it's
it's not
actually
an
in front
actu-
of you?
Yeah, when
like,
it's not an actuality, everyone's like, yeah, fuck it, dude. Like,
we're standing right next to each other, and Shakira's right in front of us, and then she goes in for a kiss. You want me to
she
be
would
like,
go in.
you gotta- hey, this is my hypothetical.
Oh,
this is.
okay,
I'm supposed to be like, nah, hold up, what's up? Like, what? Hey, no, what up? You know, like,
mean-
back away. Like, I don't know.
I've always said Tina Fey, you know, Tina Fey, wherever you're at, if you want to come find me in the ghetto, I'm here.
Ooh, in the ghetto.
If you want to come to Rialto, California. But no, like, it's just so fucking. I
It's
would.
so strange.
That guy is just dumb for being a fucking. If you're not a thing. If you didn't lock it down, why you mad, dog?
I mean,
Sounds
yeah.
like my man was getting strung along.
Yeah, why you mad, dog? You buying her shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into more of the gossip, but
Oh yeah, you do, you little.
Okay. So the reason why I haven't defended this guy at all, because let's say that they were just two normal people and they're in a loving relationship, and the temptation is there, and she kisses Bad Bunny, and it is what it is now. I would feel for the dude, but after seeing like who the dude was and like how much of a tool this person is, it's like, okay, yeah, like. I guess she wanted things to be official, but he was the one kind of stringing her along because he's like this this Sigma male, like, I got money, I can do what I want, I can make things official or not, like it's up to me, it's on my time, my whatever. So
Oh, fuck that guy.
so yeah, he's mad because basically the chick that he's been like, like smashing and like, who he's kind of basically using as like a trophy in a way. He's big mad that she's she risked it all for Benito.
As she should. I mean, honestly, like, she ain't never gonna get a chance like that. If she does, well, okay, that's not my business.
Yeah, but it's definitely a weird one because when we were having that conversation at the table, it's so weird that like people have the double standard of if it's a normal person, then it's not okay. But if it's this extraordinary person, then I'd be willing to let it pass. Which is weird in terms of just like the boundaries and.
Yeah, dude. If Steve Buscemi wanted to come make out with like Jeff, who are we to stop it?
Do I get a say in this?
Obviously you can. I mean, it's 2022.
Of all the celebrities,
dude.
Steve Buscemi, dude, you don't think I could do better than that? Damn.
Okay.
I see how it
Sorry
is.
about that, dude. No, I was just saying, I didn't want to put you originally in the situation, but I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll just, Jeff's here.
What do you think about all this, Jeff? Celebrity crushes, parasocial, hypothetical shits. Like, is this like is this wrong? Or is this just kind of like a joke and it's like whatever, like who cares?
Honestly, I don't care. It's one of those things that you can say all you want, but you'll never know how you're going to react until you're in that situation.
Right.
So ultimately, it doesn't matter. I don't even really know who Bad Bunny is. I just know him as the guy who was on WrestleMania.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, actually, what if it's like the level of stardom, right? So you have Beyonce. Beyonce wanted to make out with me or something, right? That'd be crazy. I'd be like, oh shit, that's great. This is crazy.
You'd be
Oh,
like,
wait.
yo, that's my dude, Jay-Z. Like, I can't do that to him.
Yeah, I'll be like, I would actually be like, oh shit, this is crazy, because she's making out with me and I can't. You know what I mean?
I mean, hasn't Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce?
Yeah, yes, he has.
So that means she could totally kiss you. It's okay, right?
Exactly, dude, 100%. But
I don't know if I would risk that one. Then you get the homie
like-
Jay-Z on you.
But check it out though, right? Beyonce, right? But what if it's like Pokimane? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, a
You
streamer.
know? That's
Streamer?
different.
Okay.
That changes things.
You think so?
100%. Because if Beyonce wanted to make out with me and
But
it's
they're both rich.
once in a lifetime opportunity, right?
Uh-huh.
This is crazy. Right? I wouldn't say I'd do it, or I'm not saying anything like that, right? But it's like, oh shit, this is fucking insane. But then Pokemon, I don't.
I
wouldn't.
guess it goes back to the likelihood of it actually happening is what
I think
it's
so.
like the proportion. It's proportional to how upset you would be at the hypothetical. Is how close to it actually being a thing that'll actually happen.
Yeah, it goes like coworker. It's like coworker, no friend, coworker, obscure celebrity, slightly more elevated celebrity, superstar. You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if it's coworker, you're fucking someone's
That's-
throwing hands. You know what I'm saying? Or just cutting a relationship off like a normal person, you know. But if
You know they
it's
gotta get violent, dude.
exactly, you just cut it off.
Yeah. So what do you guys
Their
do when
dick.
when your boundaries are crossed? How do you guys handle those situations? Because it's inevitably gonna happen.
Well,
and I know
let's-
it's always
let's
a
just-
case by case.
We'll stop with like relationship. We'll go with like friends, right?
Okay.
What happens when a friend crosses the line?
It depends on what the line is and what they did.
Okay, so what are these lines that are so? I guess we never really got into what boundaries were comfortable with being slightly crossed, or what's up.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any physical boundaries? Because I notoriously do not.
Yes.
Yes. What are your physical boundaries?
I feel like with friends, I'm able to do like I don't know. This feels kind of obscure now, but like with friends, you can do like a full hug, and then with strangers, I feel like I've always just shook their hands, whether they're men or women or everything in between. Like it's always been a handshake when I first meet people, because I feel like there's a boundary there, and I can't just go like in for a hug. There's people that just always go in for a hug, stranger or not, and it's like a side hugs, and it's like that's at least on our part of the world, that is viewed as like okay within the realm of being okay. A side hug to a stranger when you say hi to them for the first time, if it's in a cool social setting like a party, sure, whatever. But I've always just shook people's hands because it feels like it's weird to cross. Maybe I'm just imagining boundaries, but I also don't want to make others uncomfortable, and it would make me uncomfortable for a stranger to come side hug me without me even knowing them.
I start off with the handshake as well, but if a person's gonna, if I throw out the handshake and they want a hug, I'll give them a hug. I never thought twice of giving anybody a hug.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been like, man or woman, if they come in for a big hug, I'm here for it. You know?
Hey, yeah, bring it in. You're just like, oh, okay, let's do it.
I'm over here like, yeah, fuck it. I guess we're hugging.
You too? Oh, I wanted this. I so wanted this. Bring it in, big guy.
Bring it in here. Come get you some. Yeah, man. I've always been a very physical person, so it's like hugs and stuff, no problem.
See, I get weirded out hugging like relatives I've never met. You know?
Huh.
I'm with
Because
Frantic on
they're
keeping it
strangers.
professional, you know? Yeah.
Bro, we hug all the time.
I know, because
Yeah,
I
but
know
we're
you.
we're close friends. Yeah.
Yeah, we're close friends.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I mean,
saying a
when you-
family member I've never met is like who the fuck are you? You know?
Yeah, I guess it's like cultural too, because in Mexico, for example, you go to Mexico and all your family is basically strangers unless you go often or they come
Yeah,
over.
exactly. But they all
And
come in for the hug and kiss, and I'm just
It's
like,
always a hug and a kiss on the cheek, so it's like okay.
yeah, okay. The kiss in the cheek, I've never been good with, actually.
It ain't really a kiss on the cheek. It's more of like beside the cheek, but yeah.
yeah, it's like a little peck.
Yeah, the whole peck thing. A lot of people do that shit in different cultures too. Like that. That's a boundary, I guess. I'm not willing to
Yeah,
cross.
that shit weirds me out. I have some cousins that do that. No. That's weird.
Oh, especially when they go moi. Oh, fuck you, dude. Get out of here.
So there's physical boundaries. What other kind of boundaries are there?
There is like,
I will say I do not lend money to friends. That's a big one. It's one of those things where it puts an unnecessary strain on the relationship, you know? It's one of these things that's, and now you it's this weird dynamic, right? Where it's like, oh, I owe you money or you owe me money. It's like, I'd rather not deal with that. I don't take loans from friends. I don't borrow money to friends or lend to friends. Better to just avoid the situation entirely.
for me, I only loan money to people I'm willing to like. If I'm willing to lose that money, that's fine. That's how I'll loan you money. If not expecting it back.
See,
But I
either
understand-
I think that's a pretty good rule of thumb.
But I understand what you mean though, because
Yeah,
the expectation or
exactly.
what I
Because
mean?
even if you lend it with the intention to lose, it's still one of those things. It's like, oh, this fucker didn't pay me back. You know, like, fuck him. You know, yes, you give it expecting not to get it back, but it's one of those things that, like, what if this person is now entitled to just not give it back to you?
they're not entitled. It's their obligation to you as a friend, right? But if
But
that
that's a boundary that I'm not willing to cross. is
but
what
if
I'm
it
saying.
doesn't happen, are you gonna blow up a friendship over it?
That's why I don't take the risk.
I
See,
honestly,
you don't have to think about it if you never allow it to
Exactly.
happen.
Yeah, that's a good boundary to have for sure, though.
But yeah.
What about you, Frank? Any boundaries?
I mean, other than the physical ones, I mean, it's hard to say right now because I don't really feel like a whole lot of my boundaries are. It just feels very loose. Like it's malleable, but depending on the person that I'm with, I kind of just like to make sure that I don't like rocking the boat, basically. So, like, it is what it is, and if it's an uncomfortable situation, then I'll just avoid it next time. But like, I'm not there, kind of like, whoa, hold up, dude, wait, you can't, like, no, that's wrong, like, you can't do that to me or whatever. Like, I never really had to come across any of those situations. Luckily, everyone that I know in my life takes me at least somewhat serious, so they know that, like, not to cross me or not to spread lies or to, be deceitful, because at one point or another I'll find out. So I've been lucky on that. So I guess the boundaries is lying.
Lying.
Yeah, like even if it's white lies, like it would take so much for me to be able to be moved from like my middle, that you can literally tell me the most foul shit that either you've done or you think of me and it'll be fine. But like just straight up lying about, not even just about me, but just about anything, if I mark you as like a liar, I guess, then it's kind of awkward. I don't know
would
if that
say
answers the
trust.
question.
No,
but-
trust is definitely a big boundary, right? If you don't trust someone, then that's like a whole huge issue in the
If you don't trust them, why are you keeping them around? That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I guess maybe I do have boundaries. I don't know how to articulate them now, but if someone's considered a liar or what's the other word? Like not dependable, like basically someone that's not predictable is kind of weird.
Well, I mean, it goes with your whole moral, like, compass, right? You want to be dependable to other people, and when people aren't dependable, they're not people you want to keep around. So,
Come to think of it, I don't know if this is a boundary, but I just used the word predictable. Isn't being predictable a very important thing in relationships? Because if every time you meet up with someone and they're a different person every time, doesn't that put you off?
Well,
Don't you-
spontaneity is something that a lot of people advertise themselves as and want people that are spontaneous.
People are not spontaneous.
People
They're the
are
same
not,
person, just doing different activities.
but like spontaneity of the like you meet them and they're like, let's go fucking to the mountains, let's go whitewater rafting,
But that's not.
like that kind of
That's
shit.
that's different. There's spontaneity and then there's like predictable, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get what Frank is saying. He wants to be able to hang out with someone and he'll know this is the person they are. That, you
This
know,
person is not going to all of a sudden start acting a fool or yelling at a restaurant because it's like we've known each other for a while. This is a tame person that's very cool, and it'd be super weird if all of a sudden they just lose their shit, and it's just like, well, that's not the person that I know you as, so what the hell, guy? I don't know. It's just something that I just thought of right now. I don't know if it's something, nothing, or everything. But yeah,
Interesting, very interesting.
something for you to take home and think about, huh? In the
Well, like-
shower, on the pisser, on anything, the shitter rather.
With I guess boundaries, right? I think I mentioned this before. I used to be super confident, extremely confident, where I was just like I had a fuck you vibe for everything. And during my time at a warehouse, right, like I realized that people really didn't give a fuck about me. So I ate a bunch of humble pie, and my attitude towards me kind of just was like, yeah, I'm cool, but I'm also like, I can make fun of myself. This is okay, right? But before, my boundary was if you made fun of me, it had to be for good reason. Now I just don't give a fuck. I guess I just threw that boundary out of the way, right? But before I did have a boundary there. Do you guys have a boundary there?
About being made fun of.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever anyone says something like disparaging to me, then I usually just laugh about it because it's probably true. I just take things as jokes, basically. Unless, like, I don't know.
yeah, like, if they mean it as a joke, then I'll take it as a joke.
But that's that boundary, right?
Yeah, I guess if it's a real thing, like, yo, you're actually a piece of shit, then I would take it some kind of way because I don't feel like I'm a piece of shit. And if you view me that way, then I guess, yeah, we would have irreconcilable differences.
Yeah, I will say if the homies want to, if they want to clown on me, they gotta be able to take it back,
Mm-hmm.
But like if a rando that I just met is trying to clown on me, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? I don't know you like that.
Yeah, we have a boundary on that one too. Then, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and before we close this one out too, I was thinking like you can have boundaries for yourself as well. I mean, you're with yourself 24/7, and there's certain things that you don't allow yourself to do. Whether it's eating, like the things you eat, where also being well behaved. Being well behaved for either because you have a partner, because your family's counting on you. And so you kind of also have to establish boundaries within yourself to, I guess, keep yourself in line as well.
Well, I do have a boundary on myself, and it was never to download a food application, like a McDonald's app or, any app of that sort. Because
You don't have Grubhub. You don't have.
No, it just make it way too easy for me to be a fat fuck. And I was like, nah. I never want to do that shit. Just to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just order something. Or like, I don't know. I just never jived with the food applications. So I never downloaded them.
That shit's not worth it. It's expensive. I try to keep it to maybe once every now and then.
It definitely does add up.
Oh yeah, and everything's at a markup.
Inflation is this is it, man. This is the time. This is the timeline that we're in.
Well, that being said, though, it was a momentous occasion, like that I downloaded the Starbucks app. You know, because
Wow.
I have started to drink a little bit more coffee lately. You know, and that's because
back in the beginning, sorry to cut you off, but back in the beginning, this used to be a shit on Starbucks podcast, and now you're telling me you have the app.
It still is.
Okay.
And now everyone has the app.
Because when you're in a crew, right, you're in a car with a bunch of other people, and people are just like, hey, I really need coffee to operate. It's one of the easier spots to find, right? And I've caught myself being like, caught myself just being like, hey, I'll just get something, right? But then I just felt like a complete dumb fuck that I wasn't getting any rewards for these things that I was just buying.
That's how it starts.
Exactly. And it's fucking annoying, right? So I was just like, I might as well get a free drink out of this every once in a while if I just download the app. And I felt like a fucking piece of shit because I crossed my own boundary. But I totally feel that.
But goddamn, that sugar air just tastes so good, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Well, I guess when you put it that way, I have little things, right? I try not to play video games past 1 a.m. because if I do that, I won't be able to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I try to be asleep by 3 a.m, you know? Because again, if I don't do that, then I'm just not going to sleep. So just little things to try to keep my sleep schedule somewhat in order, I suppose.
I also said I wasn't gonna go to McDonald's anymore, and then a couple of weeks ago I went back. Remember? So yeah, I guess I'm not very good at keeping my own boundaries.
Rules aren't meant to be broken.
Ooh, is that right?
Yes, they are. I mean, restrictions you set on yourself. You know, as long as you're not doing any self-harm
or harm to others.
Exactly. What's the harm in it?
I like that. And I guess we should close this out, right?
Yeah, it's a good place to end it right there. The boundaries are meant to be broken. And as long as you ain't hurting anybody, it's okay.
So don't be texting Benito on the side, all right?
Hey, that's toxic, dude. Should I look through my girl's phone? It's kind of weird.
That's toxic, man.
She's defending Benito. I don't know.
That's a boundary right there. Actually, I don't.
You know, she would freak out if you made out with him, though. I'm just saying.
I mean, I would too.
I guess it's
I'd be like, oh my god. Wait, do I get a say in this? The answer is yes. That brings us to the end of the episode.
No, wait, hold on, real quick. Checking your significant other's phone. That's a huge boundary, right?
I mean, yes and no.
That goes back to trust, man.
Yeah, I don't.
If you can't trust the other person, you shouldn't be in that relationship to begin with.
100%. I don't check Denise's phone, and she doesn't check mine. That's like whatever. I'm not out here being a whore either, and I trust that she's, a virgin still till marriage. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna go into a lot of discussions on that next one,
like you, Edwin, right?
100%, dude.
Of course.
Till marriage.
Hey, but you know what? We'll talk about this in the next episode.
I'm bringing my Bible verses, fellas.
Episode 69.
The next one.
All right. You can reach us at our website, tiltednostr.com, or at our Instagram. You can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.
Remember to join us to share your questions and voice your thoughts on what has you tilted, not stirred.
See you.
Hey, no homo though. If I kiss Bad Bunny, no homo though.
Hey, we don't say that anymore, dude. It's a spectrum. Gender fluid.